Hello there everybody, welcome back to Torchlight.
You have triggered a trap.
Ooh, that wasn't very pleasant. Actually, I just forgot I leveled up in the last episode. Yay, I can increase that again. How many levels has it got? 10. It's got 10. Most of them have 10, truth be told. Well, I've completely totally forgotten what the hell I was talking about in the last episode. Ooh, it worked. Oh yeah, that's right, the stats. Oh, is that it? Oh, okay, guess we're going around here then. Do you know what I mean about hating them because they just run around all over the place and they're really hard to hit? This is kind of what I meant. Ooh. Just die already. I'm sure the dog will take care of most of them. It's nice having a friendly pet. Okay, that did something. I think it lit the light next to the place. And here I was just hoping for a nice small area full of treasure and gold. But no, it had to give me an entire full bloody level again, didn't it? Because clearly we need that. We need more distractions. We need more things that stop me from completing the freaking game. Oh my god. Then again, I'm not really bothered. I haven't done like a proper no, why not? I haven't done like a proper long Let's Play in a good while. So I'm really not that bothered by it. I'm using it as an excuse to complain because I'm English and I like to complain about things. You may have noticed that. It's not exactly something I've kept a secret, and let's be honest, anybody who knows, anybody who's English knows full well we love complaining about things. We will actively go out of our way to find something to complain about. Like, I mean, you will genuinely get people in this country who will say they sat through an entire hour-long show and then complain that they were disgusted by what went on in it in the first 5 minutes. And it's like, so you sat through an hour of a show when you were disgusted in the first 5 minutes? Yep. Why did you sit through an hour? I wanted to see how much disgust I could find in it. We actively seek out things to complain about in this country. It's hilarious. Like in America, it's like usually you people, you don't really find things to complain about. As in, you know, usually you will just find something to complain about in any given situation anyway. There's always something that will offend an American, apparently. There is typically always something, I think. You know, either we're taking away your freedom or something like that. You people are like obsessed with freedom. You don't realize how not free you guys really are. Like, seriously. It's not fun. Anyway, I'm not going to get into some bullshit political debate. I don't do that. It's boring. Politics has its place. In the middle of the fucking sun, as far as I'm concerned. I should change subject.
Your pet has returned.
Oh good, I'm so happy.
You have triggered a trap.
Something else to talk about. I don't know. I think I'm out. I will say, it's the one downside to doing longer Let's Plays is it really does sort of force me to try to think of things to talk about. You may have noticed, but I'm not actually a very talkative person. I am very quiet, very soft-spoken. But I will say that doing Let's Plays has made me... It hasn't, like, made it easier for me to talk. But, well, you know, in the strict sense of the sort of the thing. Oh, joy. But I will say that it's easier to do it online now, certainly. And, you know, I don't think it's, like, made me more open as a person, I guess. It's just... I think I will always be something of a social shut-in. I think that's mostly because of my upbringing. I was always a quiet, sort of insular person, always have been. Always prefer my own company to the company of others type person, you know? Always have been like that. Not necessarily saying that that in and of itself is a bad thing. You know, I know there's a lot of sort of rather bad social stigmas on people like who prefer their own company. Oh, you've got to be socially out there. Well, I don't know. Have you been out there socially lately? It's not exactly fun. People think that either, you know, people of certain ages and generations are either are mostly like, you know, out there doing things they shouldn't be doing. And when someone comes along who isn't like that, they say, oh, they must be weird. It's like, you were complaining that they... Oh, I keep doing this. I keep going on rants, and I really, really shouldn't.
My pack is full.
It's a habit I get into sometimes. I just like to go off on rants and tangents, and it's not good. It's definitely not good for me to do that. I should stop. I should just stop talking. It's clearly not a good thing. Actually, no, I'll keep the gold find. I can do with a little less defense for that. I must be getting to the end of this somewhere soon. Conversation points. Who here plays Cookie Clicker? I play Cookie Clicker. And to those of you who may not be aware of the fact, it has recently got updated to version 2. And... yeah, all the new stuff they've added has completely destroyed most of my free time. It's really rather sad, actually, that, you know, a game like that can be that frigging addictive. You're clicking a cookie. How is that a thing? I guess in a way it kind of proves that, you know, you never know what the hell is going to be popular, what's going to be addictive, what's going to be fun. But clicking a giant cookie and watching yourself collect cookies in your own little bakery, and why is that so enjoyable? Like, seriously. Why? I don't understand it. It's still fun though. I mean, it is literally a time waster, but you know what? Bugger it. What do you think I'm doing now? I mean, if this is not wasting my time, I don't know what the hell it is. I'm sitting here talking in a video that I'm willing to bet only about a dozen people are going to see. Because that seems to be about the average length of number of hits I get on a video at the moment. Can anyone explain to me why the first and last video in a series is always the most popular? I don't get that. I mean, I understand that, you know, maybe they want to see how you do in a Let's Play, but it's so consistent. Hold on. It's like the first and last ones are always the ones with the most views. And frankly, I find that kind of annoying. What did I just do? I knew I did something, because I heard a noise. I mean, okay, I can kind of understand why the first episode in a series is like, you know, people want to look, see, oh, is this guy any interesting? You know, is he going to say anything that'll blow my socks off? Probably not in my case, but you never know. What the hell am I yawning for? I had a good night's... Well, I had an okay night's sleep. Good for me. That's about it. That'll do. There. That can be sold. To be honest, that's so low now. I'm going to have to get rid of that one as well. Portrait specifically. So what do we got? Let's do that. We'll do it.
Hi there.
I have those things. At least my health is regenerating again now. Right, now we can finally go back into the main dungeon. I've done like 3 levels. This is like the 4th episode I've recorded today, because I tend to record in big batches. And it's like I've done 3 friggin' levels. That is so weird. I always forget how bloody this game actually is. It really is quite visceral. Is that the word I'm looking for? Probably. Whoa, a lot of people on screen. A lot of people. Not for much longer. You are all dead. And you're going to die. You're gonna die. We're all gonna die. Sad, but ultimately true. This would be a very crowded planet if people didn't die. People get so philosophical. Oh, the world would be so much better if people didn't die. I don't think it would. I mean, I know it's not that philosophical, but it's like the whole thing of, you know, no one ever knows what they really want in life and all that other bollocks. It's very true. People want lots of things. Most people want lots of money for some reason. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would make your life easier. But it would probably make your life more, I guess, unsatisfactory. Says the person who currently doesn't have a job. Slightly depressing fact. I might be getting one soon, actually. Hopeful. Always hopeful for stuff like that. You never know. It might happen, it might not. Who knows, maybe my dream of making video games for a living might actually happen one day. The problem with me is I enjoy planning video games. I hate actually putting my nose to the grindstone or whatever the hell the phrase is and actually friggin' making them. It's so hard. Because I'm so easily distracted, I always sort of want to move on to the next idea. It doesn't help, actually, that every frigging idea I've had has ended up being done somewhere else. Like, there was a game recently that came out, or is announced in sort of beta stages. I won't go into details, but it was almost exactly like an idea I had had 3 years previously. It's like, that's so annoying! The thing is, it's not the first time that's happened. I'm always having ideas and then they just... someone else gets there first. And it's really, really irritating. Like, it's really irritating. I can't even tell you how irritating it is. It's just... ah! And I know you're sitting there thinking, well, maybe if you actually got around to making the games, you wouldn't get beaten to the punch. I know that. That's half the reason why it's so friggin' irritating. My own slowness is actually a detriment. I mean, I was annoyed. I mean, the game that guy came out with and the game I had in mind, it's a similar idea, but he had a very different style about it. So I guess if I ever got around to making my game, it would be different. Ooh, no. But it's still kind of irritating. Because, you know, if my game came out, it would feel like I was ripping him off, but I probably had the idea first. Maybe, I don't know. It's really hard to tell.
A trap has been sprung.
Because, of course, when it comes to ideas, it's impossible to say who did or didn't have the idea first. Well, maybe we will take the middle route. So, I don't know. It's one of those things that's really, really galling, but there's bugger all I can do about it, essentially. Like I said, my idea is similar, basic idea, but my idea would have been really, really sort of different in terms of its feel and style. So it's not a complete rip-off, I guess, but seriously. It's still irritating. It's so freaking galling. And it's just... I should just sit my ass down and make a fucking game already. I'm just not very good at it. Come on! Thank you. I don't know. I do hope to be able to get around to making a game at some point. Like I said, I've just got lots of ideas. I mean, I got an idea for a randomly generated horror game. You know, like say Monstrum, for instance. That's a game that's come out that has a similar theme to the idea I had, sort of. I mean, to be honest, randomly generated horror games are not new. You know, those have been around for friggin' ages. Although my idea had something of a twist on it, so I won't go into details of that. You know, I've had ideas for 3-part science fiction epic along the lines of Mass Effect. I've had ideas for city builder games. I've had ideas for turn-based strategies.
A trap has been sprung.
I've had ideas for all sorts of games over the years, because you know, I don't like to limit myself to one particular genre. I don't see the point of that, really. You know, it tends to be games that I would like to play. And I think that's really what game design comes down to. That you have to think, what would I like to play? And then think, would other people like to play that? Probably yes. Okay, well, there's your idea then. Anyway, I'm out of time for this part, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.